So, you really want me to comment on a connection to a rose? I think it's just a romantic necessity of the women itself to identify something that represents a very fragile beauty. It makes you weak. Because the rose needs a perfect environment to glow. But if you are dependent on a perfect environment, like you said, you are limited. A rose doesn't represent power, that's for sure. You can see it with the rose itself. It needs thorns to defend itself. Defends its beauty. It's a very human thing. The energy that I represent is more wild.
And fiery.
Oh yeah, fiery is a good one. It's more rough, actually. Like nature itself. It's like a volcano. It's just pure power. And this power is power of creation. It doesn't have a structure, it just gets created, it creates, and yeah. It's a very romantic idea. I think it keeps it holy, it keeps it fragile, it keeps it sacred. But this is not nature. No one wants to smell like a rose. But this is what nature is. Nature gives you something and you make it yours. A rose is a rose. But maybe it fits to the personality of the woman. Like I said. Makes the woman fragile. Weak. It's the ego. The rose is ego. Pure ego. And ego always has to defend itself. Creativity has no form, creativity has no limitations. That's not the nature of God. God invented the scissors, and with the scissors you can cut the rose. You understand? Like you said, the intention is important, but you can press with the intention something in a form that becomes a symbol of something. And symbol, I think you already talked about symbols. Symbols is like, it's like a stamp. And it stays within the form, and that's it. Within the form of separation, yeah. Fire eats everything. It's not gonna be, oh, there's a rose. Huh. Sorry. No. Burn it. And then everything gets fertile and it starts again. The rose is just a symbol for something that you don't want to burn. It's fear. There's a lot of fear.
Attachment to this form gives them some kind of identity or some kind of identification. Something they can hold on to, or they can dream about, no?
It's separation.
Yeah.
It's a symbol for separation.
Yeah.
Because the humans always have to give power to something. But their power is not enough. God is not enough. You know, they want to anchor God in form of a symbol. Or whatever the God, the rose represents, in their form. Yeah, but this is a symbol of transformation. I am a flower that grows in an environment that really needs to be taken care of, otherwise it will never start to have a blossom. Yeah. And then it opens up and it shows all its beauty, but it's fragile. And it smells very good. They make perfume out of rose. So perfume is made for women. Maybe that's the circle, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. But as long as you need a form, you use a form, that's it. The women always have a problem of finding themselves. Women are very confused. Confused about their sexuality, their energy. Too much brain.
That comes also with the identification to the earth, no? That the women have more than men, probably.
Too much brain. Because the women, they create a lot about everything. Simplicity is not the strength of a woman. No, it's not. There are too many options. They don't know what to do with their power.
Yeah. Capacity is big, no? So for them not to...
To get lost and distracted in this capacity, yeah.
Yeah. Not an easy task to connect with simplicity within this physical reality, no? For women.
Yeah. A woman wants to see a sign in everything, even in nature. Because there's a conflict, they're not clear about themselves. Even in this is always a conflict, a personalized conflict. And also that the dedication to a rose or to an object follows the intention of a woman to serve. They always need something to serve. It's within their nature. They always need an orientation point, like the male figure, no? Something that gives them stability. And the rose is just a rose. And maybe it's their chance to become humble. If you put a rose on a throne, your ego is not on the throne anymore. That's probably one of the reasons why they do it. I relate to something that doesn't have an ego, and it makes me egoless. I give the structure more importance than me. That's a way to distance yourself from your ego. I put myself down. But that's another version of the ego. But they don't understand. It's to take the power away and give it to something else. That's another thing. The power is gone. Okay. This answers your question?